Today we are getting a new animal on the homestead and we are so excited. We have been waiting for this day for far too long and we cannot wait to share it with you. We are out working in the garden this morning, actually just me and Abby. We got a new hula hoe, or a stirrup hoe, whichever one you call it, and I'm putting it to good use this morning. Trying to clean up our carrot and radish row, and then in between our green beans. Just get this garden tidied up today. Okay. We actually have several animals that we haven't introduced you guys to, so we thought today might be a really good day to introduce you to all the animals we have on our homestead.
There's a big one you didn't even see.
All right, grab it.
They're hard ones because they're green.
There you go. We can add these to the ones already in our fridge.
What are these?
Before I go show you our animals, check this out. All of those beans that the little girls planted are sprouting. And even our cucumbers. So cool. So it looks like we may just have a second succession of both cucumbers and beans. Cool beans. Can you tell we had Hattie's help here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've already sprinkled a few more other places.
My brother got me bunny on my birthday. That little button. We thought it this button. This is our new cat. Her name is Blue. Yay!
How did you get Blue?
One morning we were playing cards and then Caleb came in and he said he told you something and then you told us to come out and it was this cat. We thought it was our neighbors and then when we asked them it wasn't and we don't know whose it is. So we're keeping it.
I don't know if it was yesterday morning or the morning before, Caden went outside to feed Scout, which you're gonna meet next, and he found a kitten sitting on one of the dirt bikes. So he came in and told us, and it's a random cat. I don't know if somebody dropped it off here. It's a kitten still, but it's healthy. There was nothing looking like it was wrong with it besides a bunch of fleas. So we're gonna get some flea stuff, maybe some DE, I'm not sure. We're gonna go check out. We don't really do cats. We had a cat a long time ago and she was very mean, so we haven't had a cat since. But we figured living out here, we might need a good mouser. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to see if we can feed her, get her taken care of, so maybe she will be a good mouser for us.
These are our chickens. They're a mixture of different kinds. We have 20 of them. We had them at the camp and we moved them here, and I have 2 ducks, Peggy and Samantha. They're both girls. There are a bunch of roosters, so we're not sure how many hens we have. And these are our chickens and our ducks.
We have one farm dog. She is actually the puppy of the very first dog we ever had here in Tennessee. She was one of the puppies. We loved her, so we kept her. And she's a pain, but she's really lovey. Like, she gets into the trash and stuff, but she's super sweet and has always been super gentle with the girls, the kids. Scout! Scout, come here! Scouty! She's a mutt. She's just a mixture of a bunch of different dogs, and she loves to run and roll up those chickens. She also just loves to run on all this land. She came from 40 acres in California, which she loved, to a campsite here in Tennessee, which she was at for months. So now that she's on 20 acres, she just runs amok. She stays close to us though and protects us and lets us know when anything funky's around. There was a raccoon just a little bit up the road and she barked and barked and barked until the boys got out of bed to see what was going on. So we love our little farm dog. It started to sprinkle, so we had to run inside, but Brandon is back. He's home with our new farm edition.
It looks like it rained out here.
Hey, Graham.
Are they big?
Look. How did you poop out the box?
We just got 30 meat birds, and I'll tell you how we did that.
Let's hurry up and get these birds because we gotta load the trash.
Scouty.
Bird, you want catch a couple and put them in. They're lazy. They're cute.
We're gonna eat them. They're becoming cute.
We're gonna put them in the freezer like you.
But when they get bigger,
Freezer
they're
bag.
not so cute.
When they get bigger, they're not so cute. That's true. Cornish cross are not the cutest birds, which makes them a little bit easier
They're
to
cute
eat.
in the Instant Pot.
They're cute in the Instant Pot. So the way we got these is from our friends the Taylors. They get meat birds every week. They're a small farm that serves all of our area, and they get hundreds of meat birds in a week. And so they had already brooded them for us. It's starting to rain again, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna try and go under a tree. So the Taylors get hundreds of chickens in every week. And to help us out, they offered to let us buy some of the chickens that they had already brooded for a couple weeks. So these birds are ready for grass. They've already been in the brooder for a few weeks, and we are just so stoked that we didn't have to brood them in the camper. That's how we raised our laying hens, is we brooded laying hens in the camper for like 3 weeks, almost a month before we got to this property and they were able to get outside. So it saved us a lot of stinky time. This actually isn't our first rodeo with meat birds. We have raised meat birds one other time before, so we're not experts by no means, but we kind of know what we're doing. We kind of have a system and a routine, and they are not gonna stay in that little tractor forever. That's a temporary tractor for them, just for the next week while we get their chicken tractor built that will suit them better. If you want to see how we raised our first batch of meat birds in a cul-de-sac in just our little 1/4 of an acre lot, I'll post that video below. We also get all of our feed from the Taylor, so it's kind of like a one-stop shop for us. And we're even talking about sending a couple of our boys over there to intern on Mondays while they process chickens every Monday to go to market or to go to stores. So we're gonna send some of our kids over there to intern so that they can come home and teach mama all the stuff that they learn. I cannot even tell you how thankful I am to have the Taylors right around the corner. They have been such a blessing to us, just their farm, and they're just really an open book. So if we want to know anything about how to farm or have any questions, they're so generous with their knowledge and their wisdom that they've learned over the years farming how we want to farm. Everyone's talking about how they're panic buying goats or they're panic buying chickens or ducks or whatever because of this whole crazy world we live in right now. And this was definitely not a panic buy for us. This was a well thought out and planned for and even prayed over purchase. The way I purchased these was that I saved a little bit of our grocery money each week. That's just how we could afford them. That's how I could budget for them best, since I'm in control of that section of our budget. So I would tuck away a little bit of our grocery money and stretch our grocery budget just a little bit further each week and set some money aside, so when I had enough, I could grab 30 birds from the tailors. The reason why I used grocery money was because this is food for our freezer. This is not a farm animal as a pet. So we are growing food, and that's just how we do it. I know everybody does it a little bit differently, but that's just how we did it. All right guys, those are all the animals that we currently have on our homestead, and we are so stoked to finally have meat birds again. We'll be sharing with you soon on all the details on how we're gonna process them, how we are going to store them, and now it's time to get on with the dirty work. It's trash day. So we're gonna load up all of our trash in the back of our truck and head it to the dump.